talked a lot about businesses struggling to find qualified workers, but it's not just people waiting to go back to work after COVID.
Right. It turns out millions of us are calling it quits, and that could mean good news for you. Tiffany Craig connects the dots.
A lot of workers are quitting their jobs right now, and that could mean higher pay for you. Let's connect the dots. Americans are quitting at a record rate. Nearly 4 million left their jobs in April, according to the Bureau of Labor. That's an unprecedented number in the 2 decades they've been tracking this data. There are a lot of reasons people are calling it quits. Some are looking for better pay, others want to keep working from home post-pandemic, and some are just dissatisfied with their work's culture. And with the tight labor market, many workers are confident they can find a better job. All those resignations mean companies will have to pay up to retain good workers. Companies from Bank of America to Walmart have already announced they're increasing wages. According to experts, if these numbers continue, wages will grow 3.5% this year. That's the fastest increase in 13 years. But not everyone's chasing a bigger paycheck. The other increase experts are seeing is the birth of new businesses. The business formation rate is the highest it's been in 15 years. These budding new moguls report the appeal of being their own boss outweighs concerns about stability. Connecting the dots, I'm Tiffany Craig, KHOU 11 News.